lot for Gambian children. And hopefully, as Mr. Ndu rightly said, we will be there, inshallah, in the next 10 years. Thank you.
Okay, well, Cherno Sise, welcome to this panel.
Thank you very much.
Cherno, you're also a trainer working with The Future in Our Hands. Yes. What do you have to add on to what Mrs. Kumba Sane has just buttressed on?
When you look at it, it's like we are all dealing with the same kind of methodology, okay, in a different approach.
Okay.
Okay, we came to realize that children are improving a lot with regards to their reading abilities and how they blend these sounds together.
Exactly.
Because series of trainings are being done with regards to how blending of sounds needs to be done. And this we have seen that teachers have really improved in them, and they really help the children to be able to move forward with regards to acquiring skills to reading.
Okay, Mrs. Kumbamane, how do you share your experience regarding the steps or the steps taken in sustaining these interventions towards reading skills acquisition in schools?
Well, there's one problem that we are having, and we want to appeal to both the ministry, to head teachers, and to relevant authorities. We have realized that when we train teachers, we train them from grade 1, grade 2, and grade 3. And the trainings given to them would differ in various ways, because it's the levels that differ. It's skills we are trying to get them to acquire. And these skills that they acquire when they teach grade 1, grade 2, and grade 3, we expect them to implement. But the problems that we usually have would be, after training a teacher for like 3 consecutive years, okay, the teacher is moved to a higher grade.
Okay.
Even though it's going to help, but it would have been very useful if that teacher is left within the grade for which she or he was trained for. So if only head teachers who are responsible for allocating classes to teachers are able to help us and make sure that these teachers are trained and are kept in the classes for which they are trained for. With regards to movement of teachers, Mr. Kinte has just said, we share the same maybe level of training, okay, but our approaches differ. So sometimes it is difficult if you move a teacher from a school that is doing the Jollyphonics approach to a school that is doing SEGRA, because the approaches differ slightly. Exactly. So before a teacher is able to come back to doing SEGRA or the other way around, the teacher has a problem. As a result, the children are losing a lot, because if you want a teacher to adapt, maybe the whole of the first term, there may not be any Jollyphonics training, which we expect the teacher to acquire. So by the time the teacher goes into the second term, the children have lost some time. So we want to appeal to authorities. When they transfer teachers from one school to the other, let it be from a Jollyphonics school, I call it a Jollyphonics school, using that approach, to another school using the same approach, rather than moving a teacher from a school that is using the Jollyphonics approach to a school using SEGRA. I think if these two things are being taken care of, we will be able to sustain the reading acquisition of children. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Sise?
Yeah, with regards to that, I think I will share the same opinion with her when it comes to transferring teachers from one cluster to the other, because it's like we are giving different clusters and there are different methodologies applied with regards to the two training institutions. Okay, when you move teachers from one place to the other, it will take time before they adapt to the new system. Okay, and the other thing is, when it comes to posting teachers, even in the same clusters of training interventions, it's very important for them to take note of how they shift these teachers. Because it's like you will start training the teachers just for one term. The other term, the teacher is moved to another grade, and another teacher is being replaced who has not benefited from the training before. And what I will appeal to the authorities, it's like if they can at least maintain this set of teachers in a school at least for 3 years, if not more, but at least for 3 years, that will enhance the progress of the training. And the other thing that we are applying with regards to sustainability is the recruitment of cluster trainers. Because all the cluster trainers are the clusters that we work in with, we recruit trainers that are based in the cluster. And if that trend continues, I think they will also be helping the new teachers who are coming. And they will also continue to help the teachers in our absence, because it's like we will not be there all the time. And those trained teachers who are in the clusters are always in the clusters, and they can support the teachers along the way.
Dr. Brahma, you wear in two caps here. You're the Director of Curriculum and also representing Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education. And now you had two versions. Now, what's the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education doing in order to help GATE and FIO to sustain this development?
Well, thank you very much. I will first of all say that I'm very pleased to hear from our partners about the successes. And of course, there is no problem-free society, or there is no problem-free situation. Okay. And of course, the challenges that they have, they have been here, having. And not only our partners, are registering the success, but as Mr. Ndur earlier pointed, I have attended a lot of international forums, where, in fact, some of them, even though at that time I was on studies, there had been invitations for us to go and share our reading, our experience in our interventions in regards to reading. So that shows that at least we are registering some level of success, but at the same time we cannot be complacent. We cannot just sit behind and say that this is what we have achieved, that, and we will stop there. As I always tell my staff, we have to keep the Gambia flag up in terms of anything that we do in education.